Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. Today we have a guest. This is Kat, and she will introduce herself a little bit.
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is Kat, and I have been watching and listening to Katharina and Gay for many clips, and I found very interesting information. So here I am.
Okay, so let's start about it. We want to talk about anger. We talk about anger and courage today. So Kat's question is here about the breakthrough from anger into courage. Kat, when are you angry? What happened when you're angry?
I feel lots of resistance. I feel thoughts in my face.
Yes.
I break things.
Yeah, you have physical reaction, you have emotional reaction, and this is a state that you're in that you hardly can get out. It's like just enveloping you in this energy of anger, right?
Yes, correct.
And this is why when we are angry, there is not much what we can do in the moment. You cannot get rid of anger just like this. You have to switch the consciousness level. Now, remember, I was talking many times about consciousness level, that anger is kind of the step when we break out of fear and shame and guilt and all this negative programming. So if we do that, and what helps us is just to go through that anger first. So the best is you go somewhere and sit down. And then, why am I angry? And really look at that anger, really look at it. Like, for example, lately I was cheated for a lot of money. And I was really angry at that person because I trusted that person. And I was like, this is also the world now. You trusted your governors, you trusted whatever, and you're cheated. So you're angry. And anger is an important step to move forward. But only if you understand why. So when you sit down, you calm down a little bit. You're still angry, that's fine. And then ask yourself, okay, at what are you angry exactly? And why the situation as such, look at it again. And then ask yourself, why did I let it happen? Because this is the key. Why did I let that guy cheat me? And I had to come to the conclusion that I was not controlling enough. I was not looking clearly, or I was not asking some other people for advice first. I just trusted them. And then I come to the point where I have to see that actually I was the cause of it. Yeah, that hurts. I know, that hurts. Okay. This is one situation. This is a situation that is happening in the outside that you can understand, and that has something to do with you personally. So this is the easiest step to go beyond anger, if you understand that you actually had allowed it to happen. Many other times when we are angry, it's a different situation that we cannot know what happened, because only if you don't know you can be angry. Once you understand, it's the same like, how can you love something that you don't understand? You're afraid of it. So every time when something comes, we need to strive and to try to understand it. So how you cannot break through from anger anyway if you don't understand why you're angry. You might go beyond, but that cause that was beyond that anger is still there. And in this case, the anger comes back at one point. It definitely comes back at one point. Okay, so again, we have to do something about it, not just walk away. So you want to ask your next question?
Yes, I asked a question that is it a way of cultivating loving and kindness a good way to transform anger? Because sometimes when you're angry and you're trying to cultivating loving and kindness, it can be so fake sometimes.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Now, see, because when you are in a consciousness of anger and you're emotional, you cannot go there where is loving kindness. You have to kind of work through your problem first. And with this knowledge, first of all, to know that everything what is in your life and is around you is created from you yourself. You have called it forth into your life to learn something, to understand something. So somebody come in to like in my case, then to cheat me. Okay, I have to be more diligent and do some more research. If I want to have something, I have to figure out more to get there. So what is it what makes you angry? Because when you go and search about it, you often find that they kind of put salt in a wound. And this is a wound that is connected with your self-esteem. And when people say exactly, you know, you're not good enough, you don't have enough, and all this topic that we are constantly bombarded with, no, not beautiful enough, not whatever. And somebody put some salt in that wound, because then you react. This is a reaction. Now, once you stop the and go into only action, that means even if you're outside, sit down and are quiet, but the action is happening here. Okay, so why am I getting angry? Why I'm falling for this trap again? And then you feel for a moment that you're angry at yourself.
It is true.
But even that's just the step through, because this is help you to see. And then you come to the courage. And then this is the point where you say to this other person something that, look, I don't know why you say that. This has nothing to do with me, and walk away. Or you can just leave it. You can just say, okay, I don't want to even get involved in that, and just walk away.
So that is courage when you can really stop and see and
Yeah.
respond.
Because you need to see the reason. If not, it is fake. I have done that so many times, you know, in my life. Like, I forgive this person, blah blah blah, and I do it, but it felt fake. And when I saw that person again, I still was angry. And so that's exactly the point, and that's where we need to go. We need to go to understand what is happening to us, to comprehend the whole story, and to find the root. And the root is within us. Every emotion, everything that we have in reaction is something that is reacting to a program that keeps us away from our divine self. You have to see that the elite, the rulers, they don't want you to be connected to your higher self. They don't want you to find peace and love and freedom. They want to control you. This is the whole topic of the old paradigm. But again, when we are now shifting into a new paradigm, and we are in the time of chaos of between, that is all this old stuff, and all this anger is coming up, because that's what we cannot take with us if we want to go into a higher dimension. So this is very important that we leave that. And this is why so many problems and so much anger is coming up right now in the world everywhere. And this is why it is so drastic, because it needs to be so drastic. Human beings are sleeping. They still are the consciousness level of a little child blaming others for their misery. An adult person takes responsibility for themselves. As long as I blame the others for whatever happened to me, positive and negative, I am like a child. And I don't understand what life is really about, because I don't understand that I create my own life. And this is very important. Once you understand that what we have incarnated, especially in this time of that transition, most of us were sitting up there and say, look, give me all this it. I want to resolve it in this lifetime. I want to make it out here. I want to move into the higher dimension. I'm gone of this old negative energies. I'm done with my karma. And I can drop it now and move on into something new. And this is the step that we are taking now.
But at that, at that specific moment is painful. I would say, just like you said, we have wound and salted.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you are about to like move, but it's like pain and resist here, and so at that moment to tip over, I would say that is very challenging. I tend to fall backward, getting angry.
Yeah, because see, in some countries, it's easier to express anger. And in this area where we live, it's very difficult. So we have to find another way. And I think it's right. You can transform some, you ask also, transform emotions with other activities.
Yes. Like
but this is just the energy for the moment that you transform. The problem isn't solved. So it is very important that you figure out where are you vulnerable, because it's all about you. It's all about you. It's not about the others. Just imagine that this is just a stage. Oh, I know it's difficult. It's very real what is going on here. But it's still, that's the case. We have to go like this. So why am I still vulnerable that this person has the power over me to make me angry? Or why do I lower my vibration and give that person the satisfaction to make me angry?
I understand, but I still feel that at that moment of tipping up to courage is very challenging. It's very hard.
Is.
Yes. So how about it? Can we do a little escape? Like, I'm not ready to deal with anger right now. So a little bit to maybe express it, release it through activities, and come back.
Yeah, you can. I give you a couple tips, which is really good. Do you have a dartboard?
What is it again?
Dartboard, you know, this arrows. Yes. Okay. So what you can do is very, very helpful. You write the problem on a piece of paper, put it on the dartboard, and put the darts. This helps actually in many ways. First of all, you let go of that emotion. And you know, you have to maybe buy some additional darts, because when you have one dartboard, the darts are not enough. So you maybe need 20, 30 to kind of and make sure that nobody's around that can be hurt. So never write the person's name there. Never shoot the person, but shoot the problem. So put it there. And in the process, when you do that, suddenly with the knowledge that you have now, what I told you, it might be easy afterwards to think about it. Okay, this problem, how stupid was I to get triggered again with this. I know it, and it's not me. And then whatever happened afterwards, give yourself a reward.
Oh, good girl.
Yes, or if you like, you have a nice cup of tea or coffee or hot chocolate or whatever it needs. That okay, because this is kind of the ego, the personality. It does not have the same energy connection as yourself. So you are connected, but the ego is kind of a little bit lower, connected with your physical body, with your physical identity. The higher self does not have that identity so strongly, so it's easier. So the physical body also need a physical reward. And even you can talk to the body. The body often reacts like a child, and not in a negative sense at all, but it's just not, the consciousness is not that high. So you can also prepare the body for something. You can prepare the body for whatever is happening to it. Like, for example, what I do every morning, I talk to my body. I say something like, my body, thank you for functioning. Thank you for being such a good body, and like digest even food I shouldn't eat. But I know, don't look at it this way. I give you energy. And whatever energy it is, it doesn't matter. You transform the energy in what you need, and everything what is poison, what is not meant to be in the body, it goes down, you eliminate. So when you start to have a relationship with your body, and thank your heart and your liver and whatever, all the organs, that they work for you every day. Now just imagine what great job the body does, and we never say thank you. This is like you would have a pot when you're born and you never wash it till you die. It's like the gratitude is like washing the pot. I have a fresh pot. So if I give gratitude to the body every morning before I go up, you don't need, that's 2-3 minutes, it's not a long time. Just when you wake up, you say, okay, body, welcome to new day, something like that. And you will see that things change already a lot. And then the next step is also, now I connect consciously with my higher self guides, spirit guides, whatever you want to call them, your divine self, the goddess within. But don't give your power away to any gods outside. Okay, this is so important. We have to stop to do that. The divine is within us. Divine is life. So I'm alive. So that is the part of divine. All together is God, not just some have it and some don't. Everything that is alive has a little bit of God within. And so to connect with that part, which is the divine, which is here very close, and the best is to ask for guidance, for protection, for like if you have a specific problem or something to do on that day, then to have help for this or that, and generally just let me know what I need to know. Not so much about, the questions. They know your questions. They know you. They are you, So you don't need to waste much time with questions, but it's for you as the ego, as the personality walking here. You need the reconfirmation, not they. Yes, that's it. Okay, so let's have a look. You have another question here. The number 3.
Yes, about the heart.
Yes.
Yes, I read some books and I heard some saying that the heart has the ability to transform. So can you share a little bit of the heart and its intelligence, please?
Yes, the heart has brain cells. And there is a lot of brain cells in our heart. So actually, it's not just the mind, but it's also the heart that thinks. And the heart is based on a different kind of thinking, which is more the love-based thinking and not the analytic mind. So in the beginning, when you start to ask your heart or start to do, like we can say, heart thinking, it really helps if you put your hand on your heart for a moment. So just this kind of for the focus, you know, it's not that you do something, but and you can consciously also say or think, I asked my heart this question: what should I do in this situation? And it's kind of like you would ask, what would love do now? But if you're really angry, this is a conflicting energy. You can really feel it, yes, like. But you still can, you know, after you're angry, you start to realize that you caused the situation. You might be angry at yourself. So you have to forgive yourself. Say, okay, my heart, I forgive myself because obviously I didn't get it. This is the easiest. I just didn't get it. So what should I do now? So start to consciously also talk to your heart. Look, every cell in our body has consciousness. And you know how much it does, just like if you put your hand over the other hand, you feel, it gives you a feeling. And you feel because you are conscious. And if you don't have these feelings, if you stop, and like, for example, with the heart, we kind of just touch the heart. So most people don't really have a relationship. It's more with the body, because the body outside, I mean, you comb your hair, you put your makeup and everything. So you pay some attention to a physical body, but not that much to inner organs or your muscles or your whatever is inside. So if you create the connection, and their consciousness receives appreciation, great gratitude, they function better. So if you can, before you try to go into cultivating loving kindness, I hear that so much in the Buddhistic areas, but I like even these people, and then they say, like in other countries, people go to church on Sunday and during the week they're beasts. And then they just go to church again on Sunday and they think it's gone. But this is not the way how it is. And this is why this loving kindness is very often just a saying, but I experience very little living loving kindness. And I have people living loving kindness, but they have suppressed their negative energies, not worked through them. And then this shows in the body. I have a friend, and she is a very, very sweet lady. She's so fat, you know, I mean, she wouldn't even fit in that picture here. Sorry. But this is now, she accumulates everything happen in her body. And this is water retention mainly, which is holding back emotion. Water is emotion. So you can even see it in the body. And I know how that works because I had the same. I was so many years, oh, I have to be kind, I have to be blah, 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 and suppress my anger, suppress till I got sick. And then I had to work it through. See, that's the important thing. And it is nothing you can escape. Just remember that. Everything what is coming is here. Now, when we look at the world situation, and I just saw a horrible video about police attacking people who walk away just like that, you know, crazy. I mean, crazy things. How much anger, frustration must be suppressed in these people to attract such violent situation around them. So see, this is very important. It's a very important question. When anger come up, please don't push it away. Go at it right away. Or I agree, if it's during the day and you have to work or whatever, you have to put it away. But then when you come home, when you have time in the evening or whatever, go into it. Maybe it helps because you have already time in between, the anger come down, the fire doesn't burn so strong anymore. So you might be more open to see the situation, but always, first question is, why did I attract this situation into my life?
Why did I
Yes, I attract this situation into my life. And I know it's not easy, but this is becoming grown up. This is starting to take responsibility for things around you. You know, in the countries that have been kingdoms for a long time, then the king, the queen, they are mother and father of the nation. And this is kind of the same, like a family situation, but in some places it's the mayor of the city or whatever. But you give your responsibility away to them to take care of you. And this is why it was possible to get into a situation as we are worldwide now, because most adults, I would say, oh, I don't know how many percentage, but a lot of adults, they are in the state of a child consciously, as long as they think that others should take care of them. So once you start to turn that around, you also become creative. And this is the good thing about it. Then life is fun. Because then you can start to create really something, and you don't blame the others. Okay, I can do this, or I can do that. So for example, my bread, I was buying bread and I had digestive problems and whatever. So as I said, I was a bit late because I just make my little bread. So I make it myself. It takes me work-wise maybe 10-15 minutes maximum, 5 minutes depending. Of course, it goes over a longer time. I make the dough in the evening, let it rest overnight, form it in the morning, let it rest again for 2 hours and put it in the oven. So it's easy to make. And this is just like, once you start to do something that you haven't done before, or to cook your meal or whatever, it's so easy just to go grab quickly some meal. And I know the others, they need money too. I don't say you have to do it all by yourself, but look at the ingredients they use. Go on these little shops on the road. Their soya sauce is full of MSG. They use cheap vegetable oils. This is not going to be good for your body. So I buy expensive coconut oil. I read labels. I have soya sauce without MSG, without whatever. So I make my stuff myself, and this is the reason why. And maybe then these others learn too if we don't buy their products anymore. I just heard from, I don't remember which country that was, that the medical staff was supposed to have vaccine till, I don't remember which day of the month. And they walk out, they don't have any more staff. Now others too, they start to realize that, and some people gave up the mandate that you need the passport, because people quit their job. If people would do that, just imagine, we are the masses. And we are all held in fear and anger. That's what's coming up. So, damn it, why do you let them play the game with you? Quit your job. You can survive, especially in a country like this where we have food the whole year round. Just imagine, that's why I give out so much information to other countries in the north. Get your food ready, get your food ready. Because we might have a bad food shortage this year. So see, that's all about this. We really need to take back our power. Otherwise, we are angry all the time. And if you go out and look at people, they are angry. And I see that also, not so much with me because I'm a foreigner here, but I see that if somebody does not wear a mask, for example, they say, put on your mask. Very aggressive. And this is not even about the mask, but the people are aggressive because you dare not to obey the rule. But the more people do it, the more people start to understand that they have to take back their power, the faster we move into that, what we call the golden age. You can't get in there with that backpack of anger. And this is what people don't understand. Oh, just I want to get there, sweet and pink and whatever, and hallelujah. It's not how it works. If you want to get there, you need to work with yourself first and get rid of everything what holds you back to move on. So it's not just, no, and remember the butterfly, when the caterpillar goes in the cocoon, it literally dies and is reborn with the same material form. Just imagine the caterpillar and then look at these wings. These wings are made from the same substance that the caterpillar was. Exactly. Now just think about that. And this is the transformation we go through right now. It's beyond a miracle, we can say. Once you understand, our physical bodies are being changed. We won't have wings, physical wings, but we are being changed. This energy light belt, the photon belt our sun system has moved into, is causing all the, even sometimes the weather, besides the geoengineering. But we are not going in that way into a global warming at all. It is just natural changes when we move cycles. And since our memory is very short, we don't remember cycles of thousands of years. We have a very short memory. So people don't remember that our whole system has been in that golden age and then gone again through other cycles and turning round and round and round the Kali Yuga, and then comes the golden age again, you know? So this is where we are. And there was always, in these times of transition, there was always a lot of chaos. And it's the very first time that humanity is not destroyed, moving into a new age. Now just think about it, how fantastic that is. This is wonderful. We are in a process of changing ourselves, of being a mortal that lived more or less 50, 70, whatever years, to transform again into something to stay hundreds of years. Our body was not made to last such a short time. Just imagine what a waste. Finally, when people are more wise and have a lot of experience, they die. And then they have to start all over again, have to learn to talk, to walk, to read, everything. This is an incredible waste. And once the consciousness level of humanity is higher, there is no problem also that, oh, how many kids do we have afterwards? That's not the story anymore, because you have a different consciousness. That makes sense, right?
Yes. Thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Are your questions all answered? I'm looking here, or do you want to ask something else with this topic?
Actually, right now I am good, and
Okay.
lots of things need to be done.
It's coming, yeah, because it needs
coming here.
Oh, exactly. And then you can start to try it out. Maybe out of this there might be some more questions coming then. Okay, so we finish that session. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Kat, for asking the question. Please like and share our video. Thank you and bye-bye.